Fade in, a moving train, winter landscape outside. Inside, Ethan, now in his late 30s, gazes out the window, lost in thought. The rhythmic sound of the train fills the silence. Ethan's fingers trace absent-mindedly along the frosted glass, watching the snow-covered fields blur past. It had been 10 years since he last stepped foot in his hometown, a place he once thought he'd never leave. A folded letter rests on the seat beside him, its edges worn from years of being handled. It was never sent. Just like the others. Voiceover as Ethan stares out the window, deep in thought. Funny, how time keeps moving even when you don't. How people change while you're busy holding on to the past. He exhales slowly, pulling his coat tighter. His fingers brush against something tucked in the inner pocket, a photograph. He hesitates before taking it out. It's an old picture of him and Lily, their faces bright with youthful love, taken on the steps of the town library. He remembers that day vividly, the smell of autumn leaves, the sound of her laughter. One last trip home, he tells himself. Just to see. Ethan steps off the train, the cold air biting at his skin. The town looks almost exactly as he left it. Snow-covered rooftops, the little coffee shop on Main Street, the park bench where he and Lily once sat for hours. Every step feels heavier as he walks past familiar places. The bookstore where they used to meet after school. The clock tower where he first kissed her. The library where it all began. Flashback, a younger Ethan and Lily sitting across from each other at a wooden table, surrounded by stacks of books. Lily smirking, "You're supposed to be studying, not staring at me." Ethan, grinning, "I am studying. I'm just more interested in you." She rolls her eyes but smiles, brushing her hair behind her ear. He watches her, completely captivated. Back to the present. Ethan shakes the memory away, his breath visible in the cold air. His feet carry him to the bookshop, her bookshop. A bell chimes as he steps inside. The warm scent of books and coffee fills the air. Shelves line the walls, and in the middle of it all, behind the counter, stands Lily. She looks up, and their eyes meet. For a moment, neither speaks. Time stretches between them, thick with things unsaid. She looks older, so does he. But her eyes, those same warm brown eyes, still hold the echoes of their past. Lily, softly, "Ethan." Ethan nods, swallowing hard. "Hey, Lily." She steps closer, hesitant, as if she's afraid he'll disappear. "Lily, you're back." Ethan, "For a little while. Thought I'd stop by." "Lily, I wasn't sure if I'd ever see you again." Ethan, soft chuckle, "Guess neither of us were." A silence falls. There's so much to say, but where do you start after 10 years? Ethan, gently, "I wrote to you, you know." Lily lowers her gaze. She hesitates, then reaches under the counter, pulling out a small wooden box. She opens it, inside are dozens of yellowed, unopened letters. His letters. Lily, softly, "I kept them." Ethan, "You never read them." Lily, "I couldn't." Ethan, "Why?" Lily sighs, glancing away, "Because if I did, I wouldn't have been able to move on." Ethan's jaw tightens. He nods, understanding. But it still hurts. A small bell jingles as the shop door opens. A little girl runs inside, laughing. "Girl, Mama. Daddy says we can get hot chocolate after." Ethan stiffens. He turns as a man steps into the shop, a kind-looking man, tall, warm eyes. He walks over and kisses Lily on the cheek. Lily, softly, looking at Ethan, "Ethan, this is Daniel." "And this," she kneels, placing a hand on the little girl's shoulder. "Is Ella my daughter?" Ethan's heart clenches. He forces a smile as he looks at the little girl, who blinks up at him with curious eyes. Ethan, gently, "She's beautiful." Lily smiles, voice bittersweet, "She loves stories. Just like I used to." Ethan nods, stuffing his hands into his pockets. This is it. The moment where the past and present collide, and he realizes some things aren't meant to be reclaimed. Outside, snow begins to fall. Ethan stands by the train station, the wind carrying whispers of old memories. He pulls the old photograph from his pocket, staring at it one last time before tucking it away. His fingers brush the letter still in his coat, the one he never sent. Slowly, he rips it in half. Then again. The pieces flutter to the ground, carried away by the wind. As the train arrives, Ethan takes one last look at the town, at the life that once was. He steps onto the train, exhaling as the doors close. Through the window, he watches Lily step outside the bookshop, her daughter's laughter ringing through the cold air. She glances at the departing train, as if sensing him watching. She doesn't wave. She doesn't have to. Not all love stories get a second chance. Some are just meant to be remembered. Ethan leans back against the seat, closing his eyes. For the first time in years, he feels lighter. The past no longer weighs him down. The train carries him forward, toward whatever comes next.